guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I haven't posted for a while, so I've just thought that while I've got these bits to hand that I picked up yesterday, I would show you before I put them all away. This is a mixture of charity shop and my jewellers, because they put aside costume jewellery for me. So this is a mixture of jewellery from the jewellers and costume jewellery that I've picked up from the charity shop. So let's get stuck into it, because there's quite a bit to go through and I don't want the video to be too long. But let's start with this box. Let's move that out the way. So in this box we've got a necklace and earring set, which I thought would be quite good for gifting as a set. These are gold plated, and these are, I think it's something like Stuart Jones or something. They do have a website of jewellery, but this looks like from an older collection. Philip Jones. So Philip Jones actually have a website, and when I went on there, this wasn't on there. So this is obviously a much older collection. So you can't get this collection anymore. So, and they mainly still do gold plated jewellery, but it looks like they specialise more in silver. But a good site to, and they're reasonably priced, so a good site to get jewellery from, and that's a nice little set for gifting. And then we have this little box, and there was that bag that had some bits in, because I've already went through this yesterday and did some, like I looked into some pieces and everything. So in this box, this is just like a random jewellery box, and this looks like it's a Napier necklace, because I actually have a Napier necklace, but it's broken. This is all broken bits. I actually have a Napier necklace for sale on Vinted, I think it is. So I think that's just, and I'll just use that for something else maybe. So I got these are earrings. These are faux pearls in there, but they're actually gold earrings. I put tested as gold, but I'm not sure if they're plated, but there was a strong result. So I don't think these are plated. I think they're actually gold, but you know, who knows. But they tested strongly as gold anyway. Also, I'm just showing you my little gold bits. This tested as gold as well. So we've got a few bits of gold here, and then we got, this is 18 karat gold rolled gold chain as well, which I'll keep aside for pendants. This is very vintage and it's quite valuable as well. So this ring is an adjustable watch locket ring, and it's I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's BVLER watch. I'd have to check to see if this actually is working condition. But this is worth over £100 when I researched it. So this was a great find, because I didn't pay anywhere near £100 for this. So if you can open it, it's upside down. So you can open it there. So I'd have to test to see if the time hasn't moved, so I need to test to see if it's working. But that is a nice ring. A vintage one anyway, and they're quite valuable, these types of rings. There's not a lot of them around, but there's a few variations. I then got this brooch. The lady, this is from a charity shop, the lady in the charity shop said this was her mum's brooch, and all the marker seats are in, but it's such a shame that the enamel is peeled off in quite a few places, but it's still pretty, so I still took it. I don't know if I'll be able to sell that, because obviously the enamel, but all the marker seats are in there. I might just keep it and use it for another project. I'll find some sort of use for it, or I could put it in a job lot if I really can't find a use for it, or if anyone actually does want it, you can contact me about it. But it is a pretty brooch. And this is, this is a very well made necklace, and it looks like it's gold plated as well. So I tried to research this, but I can't find a maker for this, and I think this probably had a tag on it and it's probably come off. Let me just put it down so that you can see properly what it looks like. But it's a very nice necklace. It's a shame I can't find the maker for it. But yeah, It's similar to another, it's the kind of style that I've got another necklace in. I can't remember what the make is for that, but that is actually a signed necklace. This is, I can't find any sign on this. You know, this, you know, when it's a type of necklace that you'd expect to find it signed, but no, nothing. So I'm not sure where that necklace comes from, but it's very well made and it's very nice. The next thing I've got is this vintage bracelet. I've actually got one in silver that I actually wear all the time. This is, I think this is a men's version of it. It's in very good condition though. It's very hard to find these in good condition. There is a bit of verdigris on there, which I'm gonna, that will just wipe off just right there. But this is in excellent condition. And this is too big for my wrist, so I'm taking that. This is if this was smaller, I would have kept it as a part of my collection, because obviously I've got the silver one. I was looking for more of these, and this is in excellent condition. This is just metal. I've tested it. I got this from my jewellers, and he was going to test it, but then he was like, "Oh, I'll just leave it to you to test." So I tested it, but there is a mark on there that looks like it's been polished off or rubbed off. So I don't know, I got the jewellery loop, and it's kind of like a half a mark. I think that's just been, some of it's been removed, so it's a shame I can't find the mark. But my one says metal on it, this one does not, so yeah, who knows. But it's quite, these are quite old. But yeah, anyway, men's vintage bracelet. I can't remember what these are actually called. There is a name for them, I think. So that's that. And then we've got a little pearl bracelet. It's a faux pearl bracelet. I'm not even sure if this is supposed to be a bracelet, but I kind of just, it had like a hook on it. You know, it might just go into a job lot or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's something I would sell separately, to be honest. Might just throw it in a job lot or just keep it in my jewellery box. Sometimes I just keep odds and ends in my jewellery box that, you know, are not really that saleable, but I don't, you know, I don't throw away jewellery. I either put it in a job lot, someone can use it, like people buy broken and discoloured jewellery, job lots, for art projects and things. So I found this pearl necklace. Look, it's in a state, but look at this clasp. It's a Marcus, it's got Marcus seats in there, signed on the back. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be lovely if this was all intact? But no, it's not. But I'm going to keep the clasp. That's why I've got that. So I've got a whole box. This is from my jewellers. A whole box of just clasps and odds and ends. So basically what my jeweller does is he's got a box, and they just, any costume jewellery or things like that, they just throw it in that box, and then when I come along, they're just like, yeah, just take what you need from that box. So, which is quite nice, because obviously I do find some gems in there. This is just a, this is signed. It's just a costume little bracelet, which will probably just go on Vinted. It's nothing special. It'll just be like a few pounds on my Vinted. On my Vinted, I usually just put like more modern stuff. I do sprinkle in a few vintage bits. If they're not selling on my Etsy shop, I try them on Vinted, and I have sold a couple of bits of vintage stuff on Vintage. So I'm just I do experiment over there. So this is a nice little pin. It needs a bit of cleaning because there's some verdigris on here. I did test this because it's not magnetic. I tested it for gold, but I didn't get a result for gold, so I'm not sure what this is made out of, and it's not magnetic either. And there's no, you know, it's in very good condition. There's no kind of like damage to it. So yeah, I'd expect that to be at least gold plated, but it didn't really, it didn't come up with anything. It was, the acid was eating it away. So I got this pendant, and it was on an Avon gold plated necklace, but I could tell that this pendant did not go with the Avon necklace, so I took it off. This is just probably a cheaper pendant, so I took it off the Avon necklace, and I might just keep the Avon necklace aside in case I do get something from Avon that I can put on there. And then I'll just put this maybe on a spare chain that I've got and sell that with a chain. Then I just got these silver earrings. They're nothing special. They're just gonna, I've got some spare backs, so they can just go on Vinted as well. Once I get the backs for them. What's this? Okay, yeah, this is a gold plated necklace. It's quite dainty. I don't really usually, I bought this in a bundle of other things online. And I thought it would be a nice little, because obviously it's Christmas time and, you know, not everyone wants chunky things, but it's harder to sell these little things because they're harder to photograph. So, you know, if you can't photograph them, like, they're not going to get the right attention, but it's quite a pretty little, I don't know what this stone is. The stone does need testing, but I don't have a Pisidian, which I need to get. It looks like it in the light, there's a kind of dark blue to it. I'm not sure, but this is gold plated. It's not actually gold. But it is a nice little necklace, which I'm not sure where I'll put that at the moment. It'll be either on Vinted or Etsy. If you see any of this stuff, because it takes me a while to get through listings sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes a lot of the stuff will go up quite quickly. Just depends how much backlog of stock I've got. But if you see something in my videos, I've now created it's a kind of like an order form. I've just created like a Google form, and there's a link to it in my description. So if you do see anything in my videos and you want to not wait for me to list it, or you don't want to go through Vinted or Etsy, because some people don't like shopping on those platforms, or they prefer to, you know, you can fill in the order form, tell me what video you saw it in, what it was you saw, and then I will send an invoice and a payment link, and then you can just purchase things directly. So there's that option. This is tested, so it says 18 karat gold plated, so I tested it and it came back with a very strong gold testing. So this is heavily 18 karat gold plated. This isn't just like a thin layer of 18 karat gold. It's quite a decent amount of plating on there of 18 karat gold. And this is a bracelet and necklace. I'll likely sell these separately because I want to get a certain amount for these, but these were a good find. They were a good find, and the fact that they're testing very strongly for gold is very good. So it's a nice quality. They're nice quality Van Cleef imitations. I take it they're imitations. I don't think that they're actually Van Cleef. Would be nice if they were, but it doesn't look like it. So they're just good imitations, basically. There is a lot of imitations around. I've got another necklace, but it's not 18 karat gold plated. So this is the Avon necklace. This is a gold plated signed Avon necklace that had that pendant on there, and it's in excellent condition. So, and it's quite a long necklace. So I'll either sell this just as it is, because some people might just have something for it, or I might just wait till I have a pendant. I'm just not sure yet. We'll see. We will see. What else have I got? So I've got some Sarah Coventry cufflinks here. That was in the jewellers lot that I got. One of them's in really good condition, the other one's slightly worn. I'm going to see if I can get this one up to scratch. I do have a few others. I have quite a few cufflinks like this, not signed Sarah Coventry. So yeah, it's a shame that one of them is perfect condition and the other one is worn. So I'm going to see if I can get this polished up or something. I'm not sure. If I can't, I'm not sure. They'll probably just sit there until I can decide what it is I can do with them, or I could just sell them and someone else can deal with that issue. I don't know. This is the thing with jewellery. You do get issues where you're like, I don't know what to do about that, and then the jewellery will just sit there. So this is a silver plated, it's a Greek key link, chain link, and the person that sold this to me said that they actually got it, I think they said they got it in like Cyprus or something, or maybe Greece, in Greece I'm sure. So they said she was told that this was silver, but I tested it. The clasp seems like it is silver plated, and the rest of it, I'm just assuming this whole thing is silver plated. It come up as, there is some silver in this, but this is magnetic, so it's plated, and it's silver plated and not sterling silver. I didn't pay much for it, and I just took a chance because I thought, well, I can just test it, and if it isn't, I'll still just sell it, because it's still a nice bracelet that's in excellent condition. So I've got a sterling silver ring here. This is quite a nice vintage sterling silver ring. It does slightly fit me, but it's slightly too small. Let's see if I can, yeah, there we go. Let me just take my ring off so you can see what it actually looks like. So this is a nice sterling silver, and this is the stone in this, I can't even pronounce, I can't pronounce it. It's a sorry, trying to get that off. It's a chalcedony stone. Not heard of that stone before. So it's spelled Chalcedony. So that's the stone that's in the ring. I've not had anything, so yeah, let me just give you a good overview of it. It's a really pretty ring, and it's signed silver in there, and I've tested it, sterling silver ring. And then let me just put my ring back on before I lose it. This is interesting. This is an aromatherapy, is it aromatherapy? Hold on. Essential oil diffuser. It is, so I'll show you it. It's vintage. There are a few of these online. This is like, there's quite a few of these. This is not a rare thing. You can get these quite easily. They're worth around £20, £23 on average. So this is just to put aromatherapy oils in, and the elephant, I thought, was quite a unique thing. So yeah, that will probably just go on my Etsy, to be honest, because although there are a few around, it's still a unusual thing. So I've got another Van Cleef clover imitation necklace, but this is not gold plated. This is stainless steel. It's marked stainless steel, and that's just a black version of it, and it's in good condition. It's quite a pretty necklace actually. That would just go on, that probably will just go on Vinted, I'm not sure. I do have eBay now. I have been putting things on my eBay. I've got an eBay shop with the same name, the Vintage Jewel. So things will be on there as well. I've just got some odds and ends for a job lot that I've got going on for broken discoloured jewellery. I've got some Swarovski crystal earrings, which are angelic pave studs. They've got they're signed, and they've got the original backs as well. Excellent condition. These are stunning. Stunning. I've also got a pair of Swarovski earrings in my Etsy shop that are gorgeous, but they're sitting there. I'm not sure, they're not getting much attention. I'm not sure if I need to tweak that listing for them. Now this is from my jeweler. He actually contacted me about this and said, I've got this is gold plated. This is antique, I think. It's either antique, it's very old basically, and rare. These cost a lot of money to sell, so he gave me a good price on it. This is a little twisted actually. I'll untwist it in a minute, but this is absolutely stunning. So this is a gold plated, and then look how excellent condition this is. So yeah, I did pay up for it, but I can probably sell it at a much higher profit. So yeah, gold plated, and it's a rare. It's a rare. I'm sure this is the type of piece that you'd find in like designer jewellery books. I bet you it's somewhere, or a similar thing, I bet you. So I'm just going to hang on to that for a minute, and do some more research, get the right price for it. I'm not even going to tell you the type of price that it's actually it could be sold for at the moment. I need to confirm that, but I've got a rough idea because I had done some quick research. But I found a sterling silver earring. Okay guys, so the last two things are these two things. These are just going to go in a job lot. It's just a little old brooch which is a bit bent, so it's just going to go in like a job lot. And then we've got these pearls, which I'm in okay condition. I might just sell them really cheap, like on Vinted. They're strong as well, So see if anyone wants them. If not, they don't sell at a low, low price on Vinted. I'll just maybe put them in a job lot. So that is everything I have to show you for this video. Like I said before, I've got a link to a form. If you've seen anything in this video that you want, because it's coming up to Christmas, there may be something that you've seen that you may want to gift or keep for yourself. You can always contact me via that form, or there's links to my Etsy shop, so you can go and see what's already listed. And there's a link to there's my username for Vinted, where you can search me up and see what I've got listed there. I'm on eBay. I've got a few auctions ending on Sunday, so you can always check there as well. It's just the Vintage Jewel, same name. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.